Hey campers, George here. Yeah. It is a lustery day in the South 40. So I'm here in the South 40 man cave. I have been checking out some stuff in the South 40, mowing the grass and doing all that good stuff. And the other day I was looking at it. We haven't had a lot of rain. It's been really windy, things are drying up. And I was looking at the grass, and as you can see right here, the tips are not cleanly cut. And then I remembered, I never did sharpen my blades on the ride-on racer. I got to do that because the tips of the grass just looks terrible. I want a nice clean cut as well because I don't want to damage the grass. So that's what I'm planning on doing now. All I got to do is figure out how to get the blade out. Now I read the manual. Yeah. And they said you just unbolt it, pull it out, do what, get it sharpened, and then put it back in, make sure it's on there good and tight. So that's what we're going to do. Having looked at the blades, they're pretty dull. I mean, they're really dull. There's no edge to them at all. So they do need sharpening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the blades out and sharpen them. I'm going to use the tools that I have available to me, which is my sharpening kit for my knives and that, and hopefully that'll be enough. We're about to find out. Stay tuned. So what they told me to do was to raise the cutting bed as high as it'll go. Obviously with the adjustment there, you lift it up as high as it'll go, and they say that'll give you enough access to get to the one bolt holding the blade in. So having looked at the bolt, I think it's a 5/8, so let's give that a go, hopefully. And I do have a ratchet one. George went shopping. So I got me a ratchet one, and we got to remember, righty tighty, lefty loosey. So I want to loosen it off. I want to go to the left. It's on there tight. Okay, there we got it. Well, we got it loose. It was on there tight, which I suppose is a good thing. Here we go. There it is. Right there. They're obviously using this to hold it on there. I suppose it acts as some sort of spring washer. And here's the here's the blades. And as you can see, there is no edge at all to them. So I can see that roughly the angle that I'm going to need to clean up here. And I noticed that it's only really on one side, although there is a little bit here. Let's give it a go. So we have the blade, and it's pretty solid. I didn't realize they were this solid, but there you can see it there. It has the star. Obviously that's got to fit in. The star shape stops the blade from slipping on the spindle. Let's do something about this mess. So I have my sharpening kit here. Let's see what I've got. I do have a 4-piece file here, and it has your regular file, and then it has a rasp, curved rasp, and a flat rasp, and a curved regular style file. So I think I'm going to hit it with the rasp first, and let's see if we can do some damage to it. So I'm just going to clamp it down here. George has been shopping. He bought himself a clamp. He actually thought ahead. That doesn't happen to us. So we need our gloves. Safety, safety. Let's see if we can. There's the angle, which is pretty steep. Wow. This is pretty hard steel, so it's going to take some doing. I'm almost wondering if I use drilling, cutting things, little drill set. And I have a heavy duty one which I'm wondering would be working better on this. because this might take a long time. Okay, we've hit a couple of snafus here. Two things. Look at my file. That blade steel is so tough, it flattened my file. Oops. The other problem is, way over there is electricity. Right here, there's none. So we're going to have to move everything over there to the electricity and work outside. I'm going to have to get a longer extension or get electricity here somehow. What do? You adapt. So what I was talking about was this guy. This is a Craftsman rotary tool that I've had for years. I used to use it as a hobby. I used to build models and use it to clean up the models and things like that. I haven't used it in years. Hopefully it still works. And I do have a bunch of accessories for it, and some of it in there is grinding. So let's give that a try. Otherwise, looks like we'll be taking the blades down to the local sharpener. So we're back in the outdoor workshop. And I have the blade and I have my trusty rotary tool, which, joy, works. And it has multiple speeds. From kind of slow to really fast. We'll have to figure that out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the blade here on the side here and see if I can clean it up. So I have a grinding stone on it, and hopefully that's going to work. Let's see if we can get a reasonable speed out of this thing. Forgot the gloves. Oh yeah. Definitely building a nice edge. How sharp do I want it? Don't really need it that sharp. You just need a reasonable cutting edge, I think. Now I have an edge to it, and I think that's going to be a lot better. I'm just going to try and thin out the edge a little bit more, and then we'll move on to the other side, which has got some big nicks in it. But I'm not worried about the nicks. I just want to get a little bit sharper cut on it. So now there's definitely a better edge on here. A lot sharper cutting edge. Now I'm just going to do the same thing on the others. So now I have both edges done, and I can feel a pretty good edge along there. I mean, it's not a knife edge, but it's a lot better than what it was. I think ideally a grinding stone, a grinding wheel would give you better control and give you a better finish, but this will do for now. Cheaper way to sharpen a blade. On to the next one and put them back on. Am I gonna mow? Today's not a good day. Too windy, too dry. Hopefully we'll get some rain soon. Who knows? Well, after a week of high winds, rain, and a little busy taking too many naps, I'm finally going to get to cut the grass after sharpening the blades on the lawn racer. As you can see here, the grass has grown a little bit and needs a good trimming, so I have some time right now. During the week I'm going to get it done quickly, which means trimming the edges and then jumping on the racer and getting it all cut and raking up all the leftovers and all that good stuff. So let's do that thing. First thing you've got to do is fire up the trimmer and start trimming the edges. So safety glasses, gloves. Well, all the chopping is done. We've trimmed, mowed and whatevered, and now we water. I'm hoping for rain this weekend. That's what the weather report says. But they've been kind of hit and miss lately. Oh, Lordy. What a day. So there you go, campers. All the chores are done. Just watering the lawn a little bit here after mowing, trimming, cutting, beating. So we'll put some water down. We haven't had much rain, which has been kind of disappointing. So I'm just going to water now and again using my little tick sprayer jobby. Whatever you call those things. And hopefully that'll help. They keep telling me rain. I put seed down and it doesn't rain. And the birds have a feast. They love me, the birds, the animals. Anyway, hopefully we'll get rain this weekend. They're talking about 4 days of thunderstorms and rain. So fingers crossed. All the chores are done. By the way I sharpened the blade is not the way I recommend you do it. Plus, something I forgot to mention and I did not show on the video was, once you finish sharpening your blade, you should check the balance on them. And there's an easy way to do it. Just put a nail in, I just put a nail in the bench and put the blade on there and make sure it stayed balanced so it didn't tilt or anything either way. I didn't take a lot of metal off, so there was very little chance of it affecting the balance of the blades. But it chopped fine, and I was just looking at the grass and it's a nice cleaner chop than it was before. There you go. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. You know the story. And I'm sure I'll be back with another video. Fishing, camping, mowing. Who knows? Just saying. Thanks for watching. Bye.